Andrea Larocque, American Heart Association. I am the Heart Walk Director for the Southern New England Heart Walk, and I started probably October, Columbus Day. The Heart Walk did really, really well. It was traditionally held in Bristol at Cold State Park, which was really close and accessible for our southeastern Massachusetts communities. But that last year that we held it there, which was 2 years ago, we were actually kicked out. We outgrew the space and they told us we weren't welcome to come back. So last year we moved the walk to Providence. When we did that, we lost a lot of the southeastern Mass communities because it was just too much to come into the city. So we have had great partners here in this area for a long time, and for many years that you were requesting your own walk out in this community. And until now, we weren't able to accommodate that. But by adding me on as a full-time position, we were able to add a Dartmouth walk. So you'll see that this year, we will have 2 walk locations. It'll all still be listed under the Southern New England Heart Walk, but we'll have 2 locations where you can choose to participate. And that will be June 5th at Station Park in Providence, right near the State House outside the mall. And then we'll also have our new walk at Dartmouth on May 21st at UMass-Dartmouth. So we're hoping that by bringing that into the community and making it a lot more accessible for all of you, that we can amp up participation, not only bring back the companies that we lost when we moved originally, but also re-engage some new customers that potentially never really thought about going out to Bristol or Providence. So we're really excited. That's why I'm here, primarily to talk about this year's walk. But I wanted to just give you a quick background. We presented recently at the CHNA meeting.
Yes.
And they had a lot of questions about research and what are we doing locally, so I thought I'd share just a little bit more about that today. So our tagline is Life is Why. We are all about having people experience more of life's precious moments. So, for instance, we always ask you, what's your why? My why is my cookie party. So I say that my cookie party is my why because every year I host an Auntie Andrea's cookie party with all of my nieces and nephews. 14 children, ranging in age of 13 to 18. And I've been doing it for probably like 7 or 8 years now, and the children love it. And I am hoping to be here for decades, that we end up turning this into sort of an adult cookie party with beverages, because they all still want to come back, you know, well into the ages, their 20s and 30s, which I'm hoping to be able to still be here for them. The reason we talk about the walk in connection with our mission is that we have a 2020 impact goal. Our goal is by 2020 to reduce death by 20% and also increase the health of all Americans by 20%. We are well on track to reduce death by 20% long before the 2020 goal, but we are falling short on the side of increasing the health of all Americans. So the reason we tie that to our walk is that it's our largest product. It's our biggest opportunity to reach the masses through collaborations like with employers and reaching out into your employee base, which hopefully then in turn they go home and they teach their friends and family what they've learned, and they're being more active and they're eating healthier. So we'd like to tie into our event, not just for fundraising purposes obviously, but for awareness in general. We're hoping to have at least 10,000 in Providence this year, and our original goal for Dartmouth was about 500, and I think with the hospitals all coming on and a lot of the credit unions and different banks in the area coming on and really embracing the Dartmouth, we'll be well above that 500. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to reconnect with all of you, not only for the walk, but to partner on a more long-term basis with wellness activities and different other programs and resources that you can make available to your communities at large out this way. So this year our walk chairman is Dr. Tim Babineau. He's the lifespan president, and his why is his heart and stroke patients. So what are we doing locally? So I just want to give some high-level stuff. 1 in 3 Americans has some form of cardiovascular disease. Cardiovascular disease is the nation's most costly illness, accounting for $298 billion in direct and indirect costs each year. And fewer than 1% of all Americans are in ideal heart health, as defined by the AHA, yet 39% of Americans believe they are in ideal heart health. So basically when we did a poll, almost 40% of Americans said that they felt that they were healthy and active and in ideal heart health, which we have a system called mylifecheck.com where you can go in and put in some numbers and how you eat and your activity levels. It'll give you a number of 1 to 10, and that'll tell you where you are. You want to be a 10. If you're not, it'll actually help you set a plan to get there. So almost 40 Americans thought that they were there, and less than 1% in reality are. So that's why we're constantly talking about awareness. How your participation in the walk makes a difference. A lot of our funding goes to research. The American Heart Association is proud of all the work of our funded researchers, because these grants and fellowships help speed discovery, interpretation, and delivery of new knowledge to advance cardiovascular health. Locally, in Southern New England alone, we fund $29 million annually through 133 research projects. Because we have a lot in Massachusetts, we have a lot of the Boston hospitals and higher institutions, as well as in Rhode Island, like Brown and things like that. They're winning a lot of these research projects. So not only is the money that we raise get funded local for research, but a lot of the money that we raise nationally that goes through the national office to get redirected to these programs is coming here. So it's a really great opportunity where we know that a lot of our funds are staying local, which is amazing. And what we like to tell everyone is we like to do the funding for people that are too early stage to receive funding from other entities. So we basically help them get off the ground, so then they're recognized by other like governments to present grants and things. So we've had 13 Nobel Prize winners, and some of our research has actually gone through, and we've had the first artificial heart valve, the implanted pacemaker, and CPR techniques and guidelines. Then some of the things that are more popularly known. Improving patient care here in Rhode Island and Mass. On hospitals across the country, AHA is improving the quality of healthcare by creating best practices for treating heart disease and stroke. So our Get With The Guidelines program has been really amazing and helps speed your time between being diagnosed in an ambulance and getting to the right treatment center and having them prep to do whatever is necessary based on what the ambulance workers have been able to phone ahead and tell them is happening. 19 hospitals between Rhode Island and Mass have already been recognized and accredited. Advocating for a healthier community, we do a lot with advocacy in both Rhode Island and Mass. We've had a lot of bills that have helped increase PE in schools, add healthier school lunches, clean air legislations, CPR. So a lot of our, I think in Rhode Island, all of our schools have to have CPR before they graduate. In Massachusetts, we're doing it one city at a time. It's a little bit trickier here, but that's happening. Stroke legislation and making AEDs mandatory in public buildings has all been something that we have worked on. So how you can help us by registering for the Heart Walk, we are looking to add 25 new corporate teams and 20 new community teams to this year's event to help us meet our goals for 2016 between both locations. We are hoping to raise $750,000. We call this basically our March to $1 Million. Last year, Amanda put in play a 3-year plan to get us from basically a $400,000, $500,000 event annually to $1 million event annually. Last year, she increased $250,000, which was why I'm here, which is why you have the Dartmouth Walk. She did incredibly well. So as part of our 3-year plan, the second year we're hoping to hit $750,000, and then next year we're hoping to hit our $1 million mark. So we know that based on the metrics of what teams traditionally raise and the awareness we want to create for that 2020 impact goal, that we're looking to add 25 new teams out of businesses and then 20 new community teams, which are really friends and family teams. It's really easy to get a team registered. Anyone who's interested, I would come out and have a meeting with you. We'd set some planning and fundraising goals around how much you'd like to raise and how many people you'd like to see participate. And then I can help you get started. It's just a matter of going online and registering. We would register your company, and then you would go on and set up your team. You can name your team, and then we say you set a goal. Traditionally, it's 1,500 or more with 15 people, and that's just based on the metrics of $100 per person, because that's the lead-in to get you a t-shirt. But you really can set your goal at any amount. I come in and we discuss how many employees do you have, what your potential might be, and where you think your goal is best suited. And same thing with number of participants. It doesn't have to be the 1,500 or the 15. We would work with each company individually to do that. You personalize your page. We found that last year, everybody who personalized their page with a photo actually raised 10 times more money than everybody else. So it's just a matter of people identify better with an image than text. So we help you go online, personalize your pages with either team photos, company photos, a logo, whatever you think might work. If you have a survivor or somebody who's had a real experience with heart health or stroke, then you could make them sort of your spirit captain. You could tell their story. They could share that on the website as well as with your employees. Then we ask all of your walkers, all of your employees and friends and families to register and raise funds as well if they feel like they can do that. The system is really easy to send emails. Everything's a template right through the system. So it makes it very user-friendly. We do have a mobile app, which is very easy to use, way less intimidating than the website. We use it a lot for our hospital teams and manufacturing, people who are in warehouses that aren't sitting at a computer all day. But everything you can do online, you can do from the mobile app, and it's actually easier because you don't have to import all your contacts. It just works right off your phone. So that's where we're talking about page personalization, our app, social media. Through the app, you can actually have it schedule all of your Facebook posts throughout the entire campaign. So you just sort of set it and forget it, and all throughout the campaign it's posting to your pages for you. So that's really it. Anytime you have anyone that might be interested, I can actually set up a meeting and come out and either re-pitch it to that organization, or if they already want to move forward, I can come out to help you get your goal setting and your pages set up. I will be the consulting or liaison throughout the entire walk, so we're helping you not only with this activity, but anything else that you think you might want to entertain for your employees for a wellness package overall. So I'll pass out some of these flyers which shared some of the statistics that I shared online, but also on the back you'll see that we have a lot of different programs that we offer for basically supplements to your wellness program. So a lot of our Fit Friendly and our patient support network for anybody that you feel is looking for some extra help and support in the community. And then we have our hands-only CPR, which is really fantastic. So I'll pass this out and you guys can hold on to those. And then I'll also pass out the flyer for the walk as well. So anything, if you have any questions, or like I said, if you'd like me to come out and help you not only with this, but anything else that you want to be doing in your workplaces, that I definitely would be your girl, and happy to be building stronger connections out in this area.